as I honor the creative, colorful, artistic, wild and free, chaotic person that I am, I'm giving myself full permission to live in that light. Spring to me symbolizes like the ultimate rebirth, the ultimate like reset. And that's not to me, like I'm saying like spring symbolized that for me. Like that's really what spring is. Like everything that was dormant, everything that was dead is now coming alive, and we're seeing that. And one of the first things that comes out is the restoration of color. Everything is blooming. It's so exciting. Y'all look at the pear tree. Those are gonna be pears. Stay tuned for the pears, okay? Color comes back, the green comes back on the trees. Colorful tulips sprout through the soil. Like it's such this beautiful, miraculous moment where the sort of like, and especially in Seattle too, like the Pacific Northwest, it can be like so gray and cloudy. But then the spring comes and like the tulips come, the cherry blossoms, oh my God, like the cherry blossoms are blooming, the birds are chirping. It is like an orchestra, this beautiful sound and energy. Representations for me of that rebirth is color. So I feel like sometimes I can feel an insecurity around some of the colors that I use, and not because I don't like using color. Clearly I do, and I love color, but I have this portfolio review coming up, which I'm excited about, but also nervous. We might need to cut that. That goes all the way up. I've been trying to coerce this thorny bush into wrapping around this metal arbor. Looking so good. And like, I get it, everybody might not be into color. You know, we see some of the girlies with the all white spaces. Yeah, I think that's great for them. And I'm also honoring for me.
Imagination.
That's me. Okay. My inner SpongeBob needs color and needs the rainbow, and I'm honoring that about myself. I think as I've been on this journey of trying to not even figure out, because I also released the language of loss, confusion, trying to figure things out. As I release that, and as I honor the person that I am, and honor the creative, colorful, artistic, wild and free, chaotic person that I am, I'm giving myself full permission to live in that light and to live in that expression of loving color. If you don't know, now you know. She's a garden girly, okay? It's giving scary. It's giving.
Buckle up, bitch! Man, he sure says bitch a lot!
It's Freddie, bitch. I don't know where Andy got these, y'all. Like, when I find, I'ma let y'all know, okay? In the description, I'll link it, because you need these in your life, okay? Trust me. Trust me, you do. No, you don't. You don't need, you got everything you need, okay? When I did get a sort of portfolio review in the past, one of the critiques, which they wanted to share it to me as a critique by saying that I use a candy box of color. I actually loved that terminology so much, and like I feel like I bask in the candy box of color, and like, yes, I love color, and I love the idea of like playing in the candy box of color, because the thing is, I'm an artist. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. Literally, my job, which I'm honoring, my job is to bring color to the world. So to say that I use like a candy box of color is actually one of the most beautiful compliments you can give to me. And I realized that once I embraced my actual purpose of creativity and my purpose of being an artist. Let me give y'all a status update on the on the backyard. This is the arbor where I filmed the lock journey video. If y'all curious, this is where she was, okay, with the locks. Y'all remember the tub? Look at this. And so I'm just like fully leaning into that and allowing myself to be the person that I want to be. And it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. I've sort of given myself permission to create these like purple people, blue people, colorful goddesses with like curly hair and box braids and like third eyes and all the spiritual, metaphysical and whimsical and colorful beings that I want to create. It has taken a journey for me to get here and to be able to stand with that level of confidence and be like, yeah, if somebody doesn't vibe with that, there's so much art in the world. Like, there's so much that we can pivot to if we aren't feeling something. You know, if something's like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling that, you know? But if anything, I've learned over time that it's a disservice to myself and it's a disservice to the community and collectors of people who love the colors that I use, you know? And so for me to try to contort myself into anything outside of who I am, it feels like an abomination. Like, that feels like such a big word to even say, but it honestly is that big. Oh, look at the apple tree. Oh, sweet and delicious. Let me show you the next section. Part 2 over here. Okay, stay tuned. Stay tuned. This was the wood pile. We're gonna move this somewhere else. But do y'all remember when the apple tree fell? That, I know, it broke my heart. We still recovering, okay? But the apple tree is doing really great, okay? But we kept some pieces of it, and I kept this particular piece. Let me show y'all. It actually is that big of a disservice to ourselves to be anything outside of who we are, because there's actually somebody out in the world who's looking for the exact embodiment of who you are, because it gives them permission to be themselves. And y'all have truly affirmed that to me. Is she getting her feelings? I kind of am. Like, I kind of am, unapologetically, okay? We keeping it together for the sake of filming, okay? But genuinely, y'all have truly affirmed that to me through the words that y'all share with me. And so, like, yeah, but it's so true. The real work is being yourself. It takes so much courage to be yourself. It takes so much courage to fully show up the way you want to show up when the world is telling you something else. It takes real courage to stand on your values and also to stand in your artistry and your creativity and be like, yeah, I'm using a candy box of color unapologetically. And there's a whole vibe of people who love the rainbow just as much as me. And it's like, I don't need the whole world. I just need a small little fraction of people. And that's all I need. That's all I need. Don't it look like a pelvis? Doesn't it? I was like, oh, this is giving divine feminine. Yeah, it's giving Mama Gaia. Okay, it's giving Mother Earth. And then like Andy was about to cut it, I was like, wait. So this is like the saw mark of him cutting it. I was like, wait, babe, that's beautiful. That looks like a pelvis. Like, let's keep it intact. So, but yeah, and I feel like the cut mark even adds to the fact that it looks like a pelvis. How like with our pelvis is split, keep them hips open. Okay, keep them hips open. I really feel like there's been this divine alignment, even though I've been like petrified every step of the way. But I feel like every sign in my life is showing me like, girl, you are on the right path and don't let fear hold you back. And my patrons and my collectors have been like, let me know. Okay, let me stay on track, okay? Because part of this started with me saying that I have a portfolio review coming up, which I'm excited about, but I'm also nervous. So some of the feedback that I've received in the past is about it's sort of, especially in sort of like fine art world, it's around the colors that I use, and that it's almost like too colorful and like it's like too sort of, let me be careful with my language because I actually don't even want to put words in people's mouth. Personally, for me, this is some of the other pieces. I'm saving them because I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a garden project. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'm laying a pathway. I'm laying a pathway for the driveway. But let me show you the status of the apple tree. It's actually growing. It's recovering well. She's hanging in there. But man, Mother Earth is just so resilient. So let's see if y'all can see. We cut that spot here. That's a terrible shot. Color is my medicine. It is my therapy. It is the beautiful light that brightens my day, you know? And so I'm just so grateful that I have collectors who vibe with the colors that I put on a canvas, who love my work. And so a lot of it, and so pretty much, yes, I sent out an email to my patrons. I sold 2 paintings of the 3 that I have available. It reminds me that there is a village of people who already love the colors that I use. I feel like it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. It's like, okay, if y'all love the colors that I use and I love the colors that I use, then why am I worried about anybody else? Like, why am I worried about what museum or gallery or whatever thinks about the color that I use when I already have an entire community that already vibe with my work? And so it just affirmed, like, this is why I'm so grateful for the tools of the internet. I'm so grateful for my patrons. I'm grateful for the world of people out there who love the rainbow, who love the rainbow as much as I love the rainbow. Okay. Y'all are my people, okay? And I just like, y'all, I don't think I've ever showed y'all. Last season, I made this delicious apple pie. Okay, like, whenever I'm not painting, I'm either cooking, baking something, twerking, okay? She loved dancing, okay? I think part of me using color is me trying to capture just the beauty and bliss of spring, of joy, of creativity, of this childlike sense of wonder and play. I'm reminding myself to enjoy the game, to enjoy the game of life and continue to romanticize it and continue to creatively cultivate it, you know? And so with that, it's about bringing colorful, creative, fun elements into my life, you know, through interior design, through cooking, through like so many different things that just like bring me so much joy and remind me to just like have fun and just play. It just reminds me that there's an entire world of people out here who are on the same frequency, and it's part of our responsibility to admit that frequency and don't try to distort it, don't try to change it, don't try to become whatever you think the world wants you to be. Like when you truly show up in the full embodiment of who you are, there are people in the world who will resonate with that frequency. Like it's just like, it's so real. It's so real and it's so beautiful and wonderful. And so just like a super special shout out to Amelia and to Janelle for acquiring the 2 originals that I made available to my patrons over there on Patreon. Just let the wind do it. I don't think I'm ever gonna be a part of the camp that color or creativity is childlike of anything. Like I want to harness that childlike energy and play and awe. And so I'm just like really leaning into that. I'm just so grateful.
We will be guided, guarded, and assured of success. When a purpose or a path is laid before us, we have a choice to trust and go with it, or remain stuck in the fear. Trusting the perfection which resides within you is the key. I know it can be frightening. Everybody is afraid of something. but we can do it anyway. Remember, the universe loves you and wants you to succeed at everything you do. You are expressing yourself creatively every moment of the day. In fact, expressing yourself creatively is the only thing you do. You are being you in your own unique way, all the time. Knowing that, you can now release any mental beliefs that you are not creative and go for each and every project that comes to mind.